Hello and welcome to the Geek Legion of Doom, and this is going to be my pickups for the last 3 months, and this includes Christmas stuff. So there is a lot of Blu-Rays, 4K, DVD, a lot, for me at least. But I've also got a few other things that are kind of Christmas presents and a few other things I've picked up. I'm keeping it just to kind of geek-related, movie-related stuff, so there's no socks or anything like that, which I've obviously got a lot of over Christmas. So we'll just show you some of the kind of the geeky bits that I've been gifted or I've picked up over the last quarter of the year. And we'll start off with a couple of t-shirts, which you could probably expect to see me wear over the course of a few reviews. So these ones are both Christmas presents. This one is The Nun. I know The Nun gets quite a lot of grief. I actually quite liked it, and I like Valak the Nun as a character. So there you go. And then, this is a real deep cut if you're a geek. So there's this t-shirt. Now this is a Skyrim t-shirt, which is a video game. And this is kind of a little bit of a, as I say, a deep cut. I don't talk about video games much on this channel, but I did work in the video game industry before I started doing my YouTube channel for over a decade, so I was kind of in the loop, so to speak. So this is a Skyrim t-shirt, and basically whenever you pick up like any items of clothing, it have like a value, and this has got like the 0.5 weight but 5,000 gold, so yes, it's worth much. Anyway, I quite liked it. So let's go through the rest of it. So, what have I picked up over the last few months? This baby. Oh yes, a new car. It was time. My old car was pretty old, and this, a nice Vauxhall insignia. That is what I have spent most of my money on these last few months. Okay, so let's get on with the bulk of the stuff here. I will leave the films till the end. There is quite a few movies, but we're just going to go through some other bits and pieces that I either picked up myself or were given for Christmas. First up, we have an Exorcist notebook, which is quite fun. I'll go through these at pace. We have an Optimus Prime, I think it's like a sticker or a card decal or something. I've got these Pokemon cards. These are actually like 25 years old now, and they're like a parody of Pokemon cards that were kind of scratch and sniff. I bought a load of these for a present, but I kept a few for myself. We have a Fright Night 7-inch vinyl, a Japanese one. Fantastic stuff. That's obviously this is a, you know, came out when the movie came out. We've got a poster magazine for Dragon Slayer, and this is a vintage one. We've got a few figures and stuff. So we've got Whiplash. Now, I don't get many Funko Pops, but I do like to get the skeletal bad guys. And the only one I don't have is Spycore now. So there you go. Speaking of Masters of the Universe, I got these little muscle figures. We used to get these when I was kids, not Masters of the Universe ones, just kind of general ones. And I just kind of found these on the cheap, and they were kind of like Masters of the Universe related. And they got Triclops and Mer-Man, two of my favourite characters. So I thought, why not? I got a Type O negative Pete Steele figure. This was actually a gift. And this is from the band Type O Negative, one of my kind of favourite metal bands from when I was a bit more into music. So this is one of those reaction figures. I actually got another reaction figure. I actually got this one myself. And this is a G.I. Joe Snake Eyes one, but it's kind of based on the comic version. That's why it's in sort of black and white. And I got this originally as a gift, but I ended up getting the person I got it for something else instead. So I just kept this for myself. We have Masters of the Universe again, and as I mentioned, I like Mer-Man. And this is one of these kind of more recent figures based on the actual look of Mer-Man from the cartoon. And you've got some sort of sphere there or something. So I quite like that. The original Merman figure didn't look anything like the cartoon. Then we have Warduke, which is a Dungeons and Dragons figure. And this is a character from the game. Appeared briefly in the cartoon in one episode. And yeah, it's pretty decent. Like an evil knight type character. And this is one of their oversized figures. And this actually got in a sale. So I got this for pretty cheap. And then the last of the figures, this was a present, and this is Death's Head, and this is a quite obscure character that was created in the UK by a UK comic, and has been involved in like Transformers, various other kind of Marvel ones. He's a character that's near and dear to my heart, and I think this was like a Comic-Con exclusive, and yeah, there was a couple of different versions of Death's Head. This is the original, which is the one I like. And yeah, badass. Alright, so let's just get this out of the way. This is a bit chunky. So this is a DVD set, and Da Vinci Code, which has got this kind of like puzzle element to it. This is a DVD. I got this for next to nothing. I just thought it was quite, a fun little set to pick up. So I'll show you both of these at the same time. So this is Robin of Sherwood audiobooks. Well, they're like radio or audio dramas and audiobooks. So they're kind of like a mix. They have different stories of each. I did review one called The Knights of the Apocalypse, which is like an audio drama with all the cast. This has got some of the cast. And I have to say, I've listened to this one so far. It was okay, but it was nothing special, to be honest. It's kind of like fan fiction. This one I'm just in the process of listening to. So yeah, I mean, I like Robin of Sherwood. These are kind of like a little bit unnecessary, I would say. The Knights of the Apocalypse is better, but they're okay, but they're a little bit like fan fiction. A couple more DVDs. I got this Family Guy sort of box set, and this is the Star Wars one, and this is a kind of a fun little pack, and I got this for like £2. It was like next to nothing, but it has got some kind of fun stuff inside. Like you've got like some of the kind of like the faux kind of retro style cards. You've got 3D glasses. You've got t-shirts in there, and this was like, as I say, this was like a couple of pounds. Like really kind of like next to nothing. So yeah, of course I would prefer it on Blu-ray, but for a couple of quid I'm not gonna quibble on that. And then the last of the DVDs, I actually got this DVD media book, and this is Witchcraft 2 The Temptress, and this is a movie that I've never seen, but I always remember seeing in the video shops, and I always looked at it because of her on the front there. And well, obviously with media books you've got variety of kind of text and things like that. So yeah, there you go. That is a fun media book. Right, on to the kind of the Blu-rays and things. Got this Australian release from Umbrella for Intruder, and this one is numbered. Don't know how that's showing up. Australian Blu-rays actually work fine on the UK players. So yeah, that is the movie Intruder. I got Days of the Bag and Old Summer, and this edition has got this slipcase which is signed by the director Simon Bird. Now if that name sounds familiar, he was actually Will Mackenzie in The In-Betweeners. So this is his movie that he's directed. I've yet to watch it. I know it's something to do with like heavy metal and things. And like a comedy about coming of age, but this dude who's into heavy metal. So yeah, got this slipcase, and it's actually signed by Simon Bird just on there. Got the Barbed Wire 4K. This is actually sent to me by a company to review. The review of this is on the channel. So yeah, just the 4K. The Arrow release of The Last Starfighter. This is a double dip. I actually have an American version of this, but you know, this one's got all the bells and whistles on. And I do like, you know, The Last Starfighter. I was kind of hoping for a media book, and maybe one will still come out. But, yeah, I went ahead and picked this one up. I got a Severin release of Warriors of the Year 2072. And this is a Fulci movie. Let's see if it's got reversible sleeve. I don't know if it's... Yeah, so it does have a reversible sleeve there. And I used to be a big fan of these kind of like post-apocalyptic sort of style movies that sort of came out. I think Tom, aka the Professional Amateur Hour, does a lot of reviews of these. But yeah, I might get a bit of a collection of these. I got the Blu-ray of Season 1 of Altered Carbon, which is kind of like a cyberpunk series. And this is an Asian release. I think it's possibly from like Taiwan or China or somewhere. And yeah, it's a pretty decent science fiction cyberpunk series. I have watched the first season of this. I didn't review it, I don't think, but yeah, I quite enjoyed the first season. I also have the second season on Blu-ray. I was less fussed with the second season, I have to be honest with you. I only watched a couple of episodes. I was kind of lost, because I watched it when it was broadcast, and I got a bit lost with it, to be honest, and I sort of gave up after two episodes. But I've got the Blu-rays now, so I may kind of watch it all in one kind of go again. Speaking of TV shows, I got Future Man Season 1, which is a great funny science fiction show. It's actually a similar plot to The Last Starfighter, where a guy plays a video game and he's recruited by people from the future and things. They actually even reference that in the series. I've got to say, I think seasons 2 and 3 were not as good, but the season 1 I think is in particular is very strong. I got Poultrygeist, Night of the Chicken Dead. This is a Troma movie. The Halfway House. This is a bit of a blind buy, to be honest with you. I just thought that monster looked quite cool, so I thought I would pick it up. I've yet to watch it though. I've got Dracula the Dark Lord. Now this is a German release. This could well have another title on it. Again, I picked this up for sort of pretty cheap. I didn't recognise any of the pictures, so I don't think it's one I've seen, but it could well have been a you know, something that's been retitled, as sometimes they are. I've got Megan is Missing, which is a US release. This is a found footage movie, very disturbing. If you want a harrowing found footage movie, then you may want to check this one out. It is not for everyone though, and it's somewhat of a cautionary tale. But if you want something that will stay with you, then I recommend Megan is Missing. The Seed People. This is a full moon movie. Kind of Seed People's like a pod people type kind of movie, and it's actually one of my kind of favourite movies of the kind of video VHS era. I love the kind of these design of these creatures, and I had this on VHS, and yeah, obviously I've picked up the Blu-ray. Here for Blood, which was I think my #1 film of 2023, and this is a US release. So I picked this one up. Obviously, I got a screener for this, and I wanted to pick up a physical release because I enjoyed this so much. Highly recommend this movie. Fun, splattery, kind of slasher style movie, but with a tongue-in-cheek and a good sense of humour. I got Lord of Tears, also known as Owlman. Now, I have reviewed this one, and I had to say I didn't like it particularly a lot when I reviewed it, but I have reviewed a couple more films from the director, Laurie Bruce, that I've enjoyed a little more. So I thought I would just maybe give this another go. I'm not really sure where this release is from, to be honest. I just got it on eBay. It's relatively inexpensive. It's a 3-disc version in kind of like a digipack, digibook. So yeah, I might give it another punt. Yeah, Lord of Tears, aka the Owlman. Gonjaim, the Haunted Asylum. Great found footage movie. This is a Korean one. So it's obviously sort of subtitled, and I do have an American Blu-ray of this, but Second Sight released this kind of special edition, and I found a copy on eBay which was inexpensive. Right, Beneath the Old Dark House. This was a Christmas present, and it's actually a signed copy of the movie. I haven't seen this. It looks quite fun. I don't know really what it's about. It also comes with a poster, which is also signed. So, some type of haunted house creature feature by the looks of it. I will be checking that one out soon. End of Days, the UK release. Every kind of action star seems to do like one horror type movie. This was Schwarzenegger's. I quite like this one. Some people are not the biggest fan of this movie. I actually quite like it. It's one of my favourite kind of more recent Schwarzenegger movies, kind of like after he had his heart attack. It's got Gabriel Byrne in it as well, who I think is pretty good as the devil. I got this Thor Love and Thunder Australian release, and this has got this Boss Logic artwork, and I got this for like a couple of pounds, so it wasn't much. But yeah, it's a cool kind of variant artwork, even though I don't think the film is one of the better Marvel movies, but you know, for a couple of pounds I thought that looks pretty good, so I picked it up. Madam Web. I haven't seen this one, to be honest. This movie, I know it's not got the best reputation. This was a Christmas present, and this is the UK Steelbook, 4K Steelbook. So I am a Marvel completionist, so you know, even though some of the films are not so good, I'm at a point where I kind of want to continue with my collection and keep it up to date. I've also got SpiderMan Homecoming, and I'm not quite sure what this one's from, to be honest. I got this on eBay and it was relatively inexpensive. And you've got, it's numbered to 500. One of these kind of full slip editions. So look, it's a film arena. There you go. I will just quickly show the actual Steelbook itself, because the Steelbook is unique to this package. And obviously you get that lenticular magnet as well. So yeah, I mean, I like to get these premiums when they come up for, you know, not too expensive on Fleabay. Also got another premium. This is the Deadpool 2 lenticular sleeve. And again, this one is limited to 1,500 pieces. The Steelbook of this one is the same Steelbook that was initially released. I think it's the Film Arena one. But yeah, it's the Super Duper Cut. It's not all Marvel though. I did get the Steelbook of The Flash. And I think this is a Korean one, but I'm not sure where it's from, to be honest. Yeah, so The Flash. I actually enjoyed this movie, even though it did somewhat bomb. Deadpool and Wolverine. I actually got this one second hand for £12. So I just waited on this one a little bit, because I knew with initial launch Steelbooks, generally speaking, they always make loads of them. So I got this one for just £12 off eBay. I did get, however, this one when it came out. So this is the Wolverine version. I like that cover better, so I did get this as it came out. So I paid full price for that one. Probably my most expensive item that I purchased was the Kimchi DVD Captain America First Avenger premium, and this has got like a kind of textured outer sort of box. And this one has a unique Steelbook to it. You get a bunch of stuff in there. And yeah, so that is, I'm pretty pleased with that, to be honest. I've actually been after this one for a while, but I'm patient. I can wait until I get one for not too expensive. And then the final thing that I got was a Magnificent 7 box set. Again, I got this for quite cheap. And this is the remake. And inside of this, you get the kind of branded whiskey flask along with a sheriff's badge. And you get the edition of the movie as well. So that is my pickups for the month of December, November and October, and this includes my kind of Christmas stuff that I've picked up. So what did you think of the pickups? Any kind of things you particularly liked? Please do let me know what your thoughts are on our show. See you next time. Bye for now.